I really appreciate your time because you were there at the protests over the weekend. What was the mood on the ground? What were the issues they raised with you?
Peter, it was nothing about anti-vaxxers. It was about people that have lost their jobs. We had nurses, we had professionals, we had people who actually had their double vaccination who were saying, we still believe in people's choice if they want to have it. They're against the vaccine mandates. Peter, you know, the reporting of 10,000 people is absolutely ridiculous. I stood the one floor above the entrance to the Parliament House, and the sea of people went right down the road, across the bridge, as far as I could see. There was at least 80 to 100,000 people. The campsite said there was about 60,000 people at the campsite prior to the march. So it was underreported. And what makes me so mad, the mainstream media, they only sent some cameras down. They didn't report it. They weren't interested. They were sitting up in their offices in Parliament House. They weren't interested. And yet here you have ordinary mums and dads, people there, grandparents, different cultural backgrounds. I was talking to Aboriginals, I was talking to, you know, Europeans that have come here, settled in Australia for a new way of life. These were people that it was a peaceful protest and saying, listen to us, listen to our story, what we have to say.
We saw that very much in Melbourne as well, Pauline. I went to the rallies in Melbourne. Yes, there were some anti-vaxxers and some anarchist types, but by and large it was mums, dads, prams, older Australians, people that you and I would know from our own communities, genuine soul-of-the-earth people. But there is almost an editorial decision in the mainstream media, particularly the ABC as well, not to report these people as decent, ordinary Australians and to underquote the numbers. I met a couple on Saturday night. I was out having a bite to eat in Canberra on the street. They came up to me, articulate, well-dressed Melburnians who got on a plane on Friday night to come up because they're vaccinated but they're incensed about the actual prohibitions and the mandates. If the PM wants to win an election, he's got to listen to these people. Anthony Albanese too, because he basically called them deplorables. That's not going to help him win in Queensland, is it?
Yep. He told them, actually Anthony Albanese told them to go home. We don't want your types down here protesting and that you actually getting around in military gear and camouflage. Come on, Anthony. You weren't even there. How the hell would you know? And that's the problem. You know what? Scott Morrison would have got a lot more affection from the Australian public if he'd turn up at that rally. Suck it up. That's what I say to them, suck it up, and him, Albanese, as well. If you had have turned up there and listened to the people, they would respect you more for it. But to stand back, and the Morrison government is saying, or Scott Morrison saying, well, we don't support mandatory vaccinations. We only support it for health services, the aged, the hospitals and all the rest of it. Then why didn't you support my bill then to override the states? He's blaming the states for doing it. The federal law can override states' laws, but he's done nothing about it. That's what the people are angry about. And Anthony Albanese, you want to be the future Prime Minister of this country? You didn't have the guts to get down there with amongst the people. I did, so did Malcolm Roberts, George Christensen, Craig Kelly's been down there as well, and Jared Rennick. We faced the public. We went and heard them. They could have ridiculed me, but I was prepared to stand my ground, and you listen to the people.
Let's